Hello, hello, anybody that may be out there. Hopefully some folks show up today. Hey, Shad, what's up? Good to see you. How are you doing? Looks like some other folks are showing up. That is good to see. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday. How's it going? It is good to see you. I am doing well. I am just watching some chess. We've got the Tata Steel Masters tournament, which is the biggest chess tournament every year. Probably the most important tournament outside of the World Championship and the candidates matches, and it is going well. I've got Magnus up on my screen in the background, looking at his game and going good from there. Archer, what's up, man? I'm looking forward to going on your channel next week. That is going to be a lot of fun. I have only started to watch your one yesterday with Joanna, but I will definitely watch that when I get a chance today. I'm excited to watch the two of you. Yeah, I think so. Seems like a good morning so far. Doing some reading, watching some chess. Can't ask for much more than that. I got people showing up to the chat, which I was concerned may not happen, so that is good too. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it, everybody. Let's see if anybody else drops in to say hello. We don't really have a format today, so it's going to be more of an open Q&A for anybody that wants to know what's up, or tell me what you're reading and that kind of thing, which is a good first question. I have gotten about 2/3 of the way into The Winter King, which is book one of the Warlord Chronicles, Arthurian telling historical fiction by Bernard Cornwell, or however he pronounces it. I'm quite enjoying it. I think consistently people have told me it starts off slow, which is definitely what I felt. The first 50 to 75 pages were a little tough to get into, but really enjoying it from there. It's very clear that Cornwell's action writing is as good as advertised. So that is awesome to see. Oh, thank you. My thumbnail creations are it's not a strength, I'll say that, but I did find a little thumbnail creator program through my iPhone that's about $30 a year, that is making it a little easier, and hopefully that will continue to evolve, because I know that that is important and that people care about that. So I will see what I can do. Yeah, that does seem to be the case so far, and they tell me that it just gets better with Enemy of God, so I am excited about that. And another lover of the Warlord Chronicles. And speaking of someone that loves Warlord Chronicles, hey Brent, what's up, man? How is the Void trilogy going for you, and anything else you might be reading, my friend? That is good to hear. I'm hoping that will be the case for me. Yeah, for a long time, Empire of Silence was the hard one to find, but thankfully when I got that copy, I just started the collection at that point. So I grabbed Howling Dark and Demon in White at that point, because now those are hard to find. So best of luck to you in that endeavor. I hope that you get all of them, because they're beautiful. I don't collect a lot of physical copies of books, but I'm happy to have this set. RJ, what's up, my man? I hope you are good as well, good sir. How are things in Ireland, my friend? Everything is good, I hope? The Midlord Chronicles. Maybe, I mean, you should at least give the second book a try at some point. From what I hear, that's supposed to be the amazing one. I don't know. I'll be able to tell you after next month. Awesome. Yeah, so you're getting the book 3 soon. That is great. I will probably start Commonwealth sometime this summer. So, assuming that I love that as much as you, I'll probably jump right into the Void trilogy as well. So that'd be good. Cool. Yeah. So I'm just doing this to hang out with people and answer questions and stuff. I don't have any specific topics or agenda. I just wanted to say hey to everybody and spend part of my Sunday with all of you wonderful people out there. So ask away any questions you might have. It doesn't have to be bookish related. It can be, obviously, but anything you want to know, I'm an open book. And hopefully I have at least one other chess fan out there, because there's some great chess on right now. Yeah, I love Royal Assassin, and it is my 11th favorite in Realm of the Elderlings. So correct, it is amazing, but there's a lot of books I love a lot more than that one. So you have some good stuff to get to. That is excellent. Yeah, I'm sure we will have to talk a bit about Royal Assassin and about Hob in general. My queen, my favorite writer. Looking forward to that. Yeah, I haven't read any Barker, but that series looks really appealing to me. That's the was it the Tide Child trilogy? Looks like it could potentially be right up my alley. So I haven't started to collect them on Kindle and audio, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time, and I will do that. Hey, what's up, Matt? Looking forward to our discussion, man. I know I owe you a picture for your thumbnail, and I will get that to you. I promise. Procrastination is a hell of a thing, so I will for sure do that as promised. So I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope all is good. Cool. Yeah, Tide Child. Yeah, I've heard. I haven't heard a ton about it, but the people that I have seen that have read it seem to be pretty universally positive about it. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that. That is good. Let's see. Archer says the bromance thing. It's funny. The most depressing weather possible. I had way too much coffee already, and I'm still not able to do anything productive. Where are you at, K2? I'm not sure what part of the world you hail from. We're getting some rain here in Phoenix, which cools things down a bit, which is nice. But yeah, it's an event. People get excited when we get rain here in Phoenix. Let's see. Pit 6. I have finished reading Dark Tower. Awesome. Like the earlier books more. Correct. Yes. Books 2 through 4 are 3 of my favorite books in any genre at any time. I love all 3 of those. And they really elevate the entire series for me. 5 and 1 I liked, and then 6 and 7 were not my favorite, although I liked the latter half of book 7 at least. So, but yeah, we got the Drawing of the Three, the Wastelands, and especially Wizard and Glass, 3 of my favorite books ever. Wizard and Glass was my book of the year last year, so that's good. Can't decide what I want to read next after Touch of Light. How is Touch of Light going? It sounded like pretty heavy on the world building. It's one I definitely want to get to. Tiago Abdallah sounds awesome. Sounds like a really good dude I want to support. I've got his books. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I feel like Stormlight Sam. That's funny. Inside joke. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to direct you on that. What I would tell you to do, you don't want to do yet. So you want to wait on Fitz and the Fool, but I would tell you it's time for Fool's Assassin immediately. But that's all right. Let's see. Hey, Raph, what's up, man? Hope everything is good in your neck of the woods. Oh, Slovenia. Okay. I haven't been to that particular part of Europe, but I hear it's beautiful over there. But apparently the weather is not so beautiful right now. So welcome. I'm excited you're here. Yes. I don't drink coffee. No, it's not my thing. I do sugar-free Rockstar energy drinks. That's pretty much what I do for energy. So, um, coffee just doesn't do it for me. I know that makes me a terrible person or whatever, but in the times I've tried it, it seemed to neither give me energy nor be something that especially tasted good to me. Smells good, but that's not enough. So cool. Hey, what's up, the other Matt? Some Yeah. Oh, okay. You're in California. I wasn't sure where you were at. I didn't know what part of the country you were in. So cool. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Your reviews of Tide Child are something that make me want to really read it there, Matt. It was mentioned earlier by Shad. So thought I'd put in a plug for your reviews. That's good stuff. Yeah, I think I need to sit down and redo my top 10 probably. I know that Dark Tower is in my top 10. I don't know at this point whether I'd put it in my top 5, but the fact that I would even consider it in my top 5 at this point is, should say something about how much I enjoyed it. The other man. Let's see what we got. I'm excited so many people are here. Thank you all for sharing your Sunday with me. That's awesome. Aussie summer. Yeah, you guys have like the opposite weather of us here in the States, I believe, right? So when it's cold here, it's hot there and vice versa. So um yeah, I've not been to Australia. My wife is from the Philippines, so I've been there several times. So I've been sort of in that neck of the woods, but never to Australia. Excellent. I'm always excited when people start Queen Hob for the first time, and Assassin's Apprentice is wonderful. So I hope you really enjoy it. Brent tried to read Malazan. He got through House of Chains and decided that was good. I believe he tried Midnight Tides. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brent, but it wasn't for him, and that's okay. Malazan's not going to be for everybody. And before anyone corrects me, yes, I know I didn't pronounce it correctly. I'll never pronounce it correctly. Malazan's what I've been calling it for 20 years, so that's what it is. Excellent. Rereading Lord of the Rings. That is excellent. Um, Never a bad thing. I did a reread of Lord of the Rings. Was that last year or the year before? Must have been the year before, with the Andy Serkis narrations. So good stuff. Touchlight is good. That's good to hear. Could have used a touch more exposition. Okay, interesting. Actually, considering starting Fits in the Fool. Consider it wisely, and you should do that because it is my favorite trilogy of all time. I am not alone. Others don't drink coffee either. That's good. Not called a touch of exposition. Well played. Let's see. Baseball cap booktuber. Well, I mean, once in a while I film without a hat on. I filmed without a hat on a couple times this last week. So the thing is I don't shave very often. I shave once a week, my face and my head. So a lot of times it'll just be, like this, where it's not really clean shaven and it doesn't look all that good. So plus I just love hats, so I wear hats. Excellent. Drawing at Three is narrated by Frank Muller, the late great Frank Muller, who is amazing. So I hope you are enjoying it as much as I did. Yeah, I did watch about half of your video. I need to watch the other half on the Guide to Malazan. That was quite good, man. I agree with the other Matt. Correct. RIP, that dude was a boss. I also listened to a lot of John Grisham novels, and he narrated a fair amount of those. So I've had a lot of experience with Frank Muller. He's a dude. Fair enough. No, I don't have to do anything, my friend. I understand what you're saying. I understand why it's wrong, but I also like the way it sounds. So Malazan it is. and Brent has to get a jab in there, which it is what it is. So I get it. Okay, you're still using the English books. Okay, and that's fine. I have those recordings as well. I like those as well. I just prefer the circus narrations because circus is amazing. All right. Yeah, he did. He also did a lot of Lawrence Block books that I have. He did the Bernie Rodenbar series, which is quite good. I listened to 6 or 7 of those, and he's really good on those. So you will easily find stuff to listen to from him if you look. He did a lot of narration in this time. Sorry, if I ever peek over to the right here, I'm looking at the chessboards for the tournament I'm keeping an eye on. So pay no attention to the nerd. That's just my other big hobby besides reading. It is just after 8 o'clock a.m. here on Sunday. And I appreciate you staying up late or early or whatever it is to hang out with me. Yeah, I haven't listened to all of his series, but Block was a dude that published novels like crazy. He has a ton of stuff out there. That Bernie Rodenbar series I like a lot. He's a thief and always getting himself into different trouble and quandaries. But they're short, they're quick and easy, fun little mystery books. I like them. Cool. 4:15 p.m. Nice. How long have you been in Germany now, Matt? You lived in Australia previously, right? But you've been in Germany for a little while now. Yeah, I not as much as I used to, but my favorite teams are the Chicago Cubs baseball team. I've been a Cubs fan since I was 7, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers college football team because I grew up in Nebraska and it's sort of a religion there. So, and both teams are horrible right now and have been for a little while. So that's not the entire reason I don't watch a lot of sports these days. It's time intensive and I would rather be reading most of the time. So I've sort of a little bit let up. Liam, what's up, man? I didn't know you were a Cubs fan. That's awesome. Welcome. It's good to see you, sir. Liam reads all kinds of cool old stuff that I have not gotten to yet. So I like watching his channel to see what I should be reading and am not. But I think he also recently did a video criticizing Queen Hobbs. So I don't know if I can watch that video. But I will watch the other stuff. So that's good. Okay. In Germany 10 years, back in Germany for 8 years. Okay, cool. Yeah, I visited Berlin a couple of times and I've been to Munich. I'd love to go back to Germany. Cool country. Yeah. I am sort of the opposite. I've moved like 3 times in my life and I don't have any desire to ever move again, really. Started Dimitra Femi's Celtic myth and contemporary children's fantasy, idealization, identity, ideology, but can't concentrate. Well, it was hard for me to concentrate on the title, so I can only imagine. Yeah, you'll have to let us know how that goes. I don't know if that would be for me or not. Let's see. Yes, I will be reading Earth in May. So I'm going very, very slowly through Book of the New Sun, just 1 book a month. So I did Shadow of the Torture. I'll be starting with Claw on February 1st, and just kind of each book I'll start on the 1st until I get them done. So Liam is here. Awesome Anomaly. I agree. Can we do a book? Like a wife swap. I want to visit all of these countries. I mean, that would be cool to get to see everybody else's where they live and stuff like that. Grew up in Central Illinois. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's hilarious to me that everybody says either Cubs or Cardinals for that area and doesn't even consider the White Sox. That makes me laugh a lot. So I am happy you made the correct choice. That is fantastic. There is nothing in this world I hate more than the St. Louis Cardinals. So good choice. Uh, yeah, beers in Germany is always welcome. Okay. I'm going to read some Fifth Head of Cerebus. Okay, so some more. That's Gene Wolfe, right? I think so. Sweet. Oops. What did I do? Oh, sorry. Okay. So far, gorgeous writing. I don't always understand or know what he's saying, but it is always beautiful. I'll say that. I really enjoyed Shadow of the Torture, even though I don't think I'm smart enough for it, and that opinion of myself hasn't changed. Maybe it's even worse after having read it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what Philip has to say on that. I will be meeting with Christopher Rocchio next Saturday to talk through it. It's his favorite series as well, outside of Lord of the Rings. So I am very excited to see what he has to say about the series. Anti-Semitism and fantasy in the Femi book is part of the research. Got it. Okay. Um, I'm not a NFL guy, so I don't have any dog in the fight there. The Raiders are Durfee's favorite team, so he would say that's good. But um, I don't care one way or the other about the NFL. I'll watch if it's on, but I don't have zero cheering interest whatsoever. 5 times down, still don't understand everything. Yeah, I believe it. It seems like something that requires a lot of deeper meanings and so forth. I think I missed one of Liam's messages somewhere in here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't miss. I just the sorry about Hob part. Yeah. That's all right. Nothing. Nobody works for everybody. No problem. he he releases a breath he didn't know he was holding. I get it. That's all right. Um, the whole concept of defining people by what sports teams they cheer for doesn't really make sense to me. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I was raised in more of a Lutheran tradition, so I probably should be getting more of the references and stuff. But thus far, it's pretty clear to me that it's literally just cool character, cool sword is what I'm taking out of the story. So um, I've been working hard on trying to put together some kind of a review for everybody, and it's becoming increasingly clear that that review is going to be a nonsensical mess. So um, I'll figure something out. I want to get a review out there at some point. All right. Indoctrinated, but not Catholic, so maybe that'll help a bit. Got it. Yeah, Terminus Est is awesome. There is like I was reading back through. There's like just a page long description of the sword itself, and it's just a gorgeous passage. Um, and I like cool swords. I mentioned that in the stream last week, and they said you should do a top 10 favorite swords, and I said that's already been done. Matt on Books already did that video, and it's awesome. So I wouldn't want to step on any toes. Let's see. It is a cool sword name for sure. Yeah. I am looking forward to that video with the Alzabo Soup folks. But I just don't want it to influence my discussions. And I know if I watch that first, I'll just be copying everything that they say. So I've momentarily withheld the desire to go watch that. Yeah, I'd love to say I'll read it more carefully. I probably won't. When I try to read things carefully, it doesn't work out. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I would imagine we'll probably have some overlap. Yeah, Pillars of the Earth is awesome. I read it about a decade ago. It on paper it doesn't sound like something that would be up my alley. It's literally about the building and maintaining of a cathedral, but it's awesome. And the characters are great. The action in it is great. I had a great time with that book. Several people on Mike's server, including Brent, if I remember right, just read it last year or the year before, and I think pretty universally they enjoyed it. Yeah, Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser is something I want to get to. Fritz Leiber, I haven't yet, but it seems like it would be pretty fun and pretty light and easy. So, um, got to see where the fantasy genre came from. I'm sure as a big Scott Lynch fan, it will appeal to me. Yeah, I probably should do that, but yeah, so far I'm just relying on my own devices, which is not a great idea. Sweet. Yeah, I'll have to start planning that out. Start rereading. What is this now? Met in Lankmore. Sorry, I'm not sure what that is. Is that one of the Fafhrd and Grey Mouser books, or is that something else? Yeah, that's what I hear. He definitely has a big reputation. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I remembered that you really enjoyed it as well. I want to read that entire Kingbridge series, but just like with everything else, I want to read a bunch of stuff, and I can only do one or two things at a time. So I have to figure out when. I also really want to read his Century trilogy, which apparently follows five families over multiple decades. So that sounds awesome. I really want to get to that too. Huh. Better bromance than Locke and John, huh? Okay. Um, yeah, okay. It is. Okay. Like their home base. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know the title of the author in the series. I don't know the individual books. So cool. That's good to know. Um, I'll get to it at some point. I'm sure I could probably mix those in around bigger things. Seems like something that could be an easy transition type of series. What do we got? Cool. What is what is everybody else up to on their Sunday? Anybody have huge plans? Anybody doing anything super fun besides reading? Oh, okay. Main influence on Ankh-Morpork. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm as a fantasy fan supposed to be a massive Discworld fan, and so far it hasn't worked for me. But at some point I'll give it another try. Um, yeah, I could see that being the originals. That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I'll be reading Philip Chase's series, The Way of Eden. That is happening for certain. I'll probably be reading the new novella published by A.R. Witham. That's a prequel to The Legend of Blackjack. And I also want to read John Palladino's Trials of Ashmount. He seems like a great dude, and I have his book, and I'd like to get to it for sure. Um, Beyond that, I don't have anything super big planned in terms of self pub. So if you have stuff you think I should prioritize, let me know. Oops, what happened here? Okay. Oh, okay. We've got some Matt videos to look forward to. I am excited about that. That's great. Saturday night. I thought you were ahead. Isn't it Monday morning where you're at? I'm confused. I have my time zone crossed up, I guess. Okay, cool. We got some RAF videos coming as well. Dinner late since we're at home due to hanging out on mics. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was happy I got to jump on part of that. I didn't think I'd be able to hit any of the Zoom calls a good time as it always is. Um, where are you going for dinner? Any place super nice? Watching football most of the day? Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I know. You're not alone on that. Many people have it listed as their very favorite thing in fantasy, and that's fantastic. I'm glad so many people love it. To be fair, I haven't given it a real big shot. I've only started guards and started Mort. Neither of them, the writing was working for me. Um, so probably a me problem, but for whatever reason, it just didn't vibe with me. But I'll try again. Let's see. What? But you're ahead of us, right? Isn't it Monday morning? I'm confused. I'm gonna have to look at a time and date calendar or something. Excellent. I am looking forward to this certain video, RJ. So that makes me very, very happy to hear. Record on Sundays, not sure on today though. Okay, cool. I will be on the lookout for more from Liam's Lyceum. Jason, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you, sir. Yeah, I've been very, very slowly over time collecting everything GGK has published, both on Kindle and on audio. So it is only a matter of time, and I will get to his catalog. I have every reason to suspect he will become one of my favorite authors of all time, but I'm not in a massive hurry to get to it. But when I get to it, I think probably that will consume me. Let's see. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, it's Monday morning. Right, correct. Uh, okay, weird. Yeah. Because I'm used to the Philippines being way ahead of us, and it would be a similar time zone in Australia. Idiosyncratic style that breaks the fourth wall all the time. I can see that not working. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it is. And again, until I've read an entire book, I can't say for sure whether it doesn't work for me. But just in the brief samples and stuff that I've tried to read, I just always had other things I would rather read first. Yeah, RJ was telling me actually, said that Second Apocalypse has now consumed his life, which is excellent to hear. Yeah, shorter side and a lot of standalones, which is all right. Thanks for passing along the message, RJ. I appreciate it. That's great. Um, yeah, I'll be starting in June and then reading one book a month. So I'll have completed the Second Apocalypse by the end of the year. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Okay. Cool. What else we got going on? Yeah, he commented on one of my videos about how much he's loving it. So great to see. That is definitely a good thing. Prince, nothing was okay. A lot of unwashed anuses. Okie dokie. Yeah, if anybody's good at thumbnail creation, I would love pointers. I don't really get it, which is why for so long mine was just like a generic background with text on it. But um, whatever the art and science of thumbnail creation is, I don't get it. So I've I've tried to do a little bit more recently, and they probably just come off looking clumsy and goofy, but it is what it is, I guess. So that's all right. I'm not particularly well versed in video editing either, but I just found out today that there's a new AI software called Wisecut that does video editing for you. and I'd love to use it, but it's expensive. So the premium price for what I would want is like almost $60 a month, and I'm not paying that. So eyes failing. Thank you for teaching me. So good to see you, Archer. I'm looking forward to our conversation, my friend. I hope you get some sleep, and I really appreciate you being here, man. I'm loving your channel. Oh, okay. All right. So you've got okay, you got someone that makes the thumbnails for you. That's cool. Me too. That should be a lot of fun, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I like your thumbnails. They're really nice. See, what's weird to me is I don't select videos based on thumbnails. I select videos based on creators. So the people that I like to watch, I watch, regardless of what the thumbnail shows. Hey, what's up, Josh? Good to see you, man. I still need to watch Chatting with Nuts. I was busy when you were on, but I have it queued up. I need to watch it. I am excited to see what you and Jimmy got down talking about. But I appreciate you being here, man. That's awesome to see you. Hope your reading year is going well, my friend. Good. Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, Jimmy definitely has sort of a universal style when it comes to who he has on the interview and stuff. He can bring out the best in everybody, which is great. My captain. I'm assuming that that means you're part of the Keymark read along, Matt. I only have one book completed so far because 2 of the books I've read this year were prior to the 6th, so I couldn't count those. As soon as I wrap up Winter King, which hopefully I'll do today or tomorrow, that will be book 2 of 5. So slowly but surely I'm chipping away. Indeed. Cool. I think that's a cool idea. I'm liking it. Nobody's an idiot, Raph. That's all good. Zin is here. What's up, sir? Good to see you. I hope you are having a great Sunday, good sir. Yeah, Brent, but you're gonna crank out the other 4 in like the next 4 days, so that's no problem. Brent reads significantly faster than I do, which is good. He's got a superpower. Oh, okay. Yeah, I started this one a little bit earlier today than usual, but hopefully it's working for everybody. But I'm surprised to see so many people here. That's cool. Hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday so far. All right. In case anybody is super curious about the chess, which I know none of you are, my boy Pragnananda drew with my boy Aronian. So we've got 1 draw on the board out of the 13 games. Goodreads tells me I finished 10 books already this year. Good heavens. That is a lot of books. You're averaging almost 1 per day. So that is good. Yeah, I will not be probably to 10 books by the end of the month. I'll definitely be to 10 books by the end of next month. So you're way ahead of me, which is good. What else we got, my friends? Who has questions? Who wants to play Stump the Scot? Same commentary regarding. I disagree with both of you, but that is cool. Sounds like something I would say. Some are very short and some are academic stuff. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. You've got 3 of your 5 books down in 8 days. That's awesome. 1 was a 100-page novella. Of course it counts. That was one of the categories, was a novella, so that counts. Okay. Yeah, I really love The Legend of Blackjack, so I hope you enjoy it. His narration is also very, very good. So that was one of my big surprises from last year. I thought I would enjoy it, but I really, really loved it. Yeah, I mean, I like pool. I'm no good at it, but I enjoy watching trick shots and stuff like that. Seems like it'd be something I'd be down for. Most anticipated read of the year. Good question. Trying to think back to what I've committed to this year. I think if we're not counting rereads, because obviously I'm most excited to reread all of A Song of Ice and Fire. If we're not counting rereads, probably if I get to it, probably the Serentine Mosaic by Guy Gabriel Kay. I think that's where I'm going to start with that duology. But it might be something else. But I think probably that's the one that is going to appeal to me the most. Probably the one that is gonna be up my alley the most. If not that, I would say probably the read along we're doing for Soldier Son by Robin Hobb, which I'm hoping I love even half as much as I love Realm of the Elderlings. Let's see, I'm behind, of course. First fantasy book you ever read was The Hobbit. Yeah, was it? I'm trying to remember if I read The Hobbit first or if I read Narnia first, but one of the two I read first. I think actually it was Narnia. So the first book I would have read would have been Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I've actually been considering going back and doing a Narnia reread. It's been many years. I know that Josh is doing Narnia this year, which is pretty cool. Car dealership, but car wash is funnier. That's correct. Read a novella, but can't think of one I'd want to read. I know Tiago Abdallah has a novella that's a prequel, Prelude to Ashes, I think it's called. So you could try that one if you're enjoying A Touch of Light. Have I read? No, I don't know how to pronounce that, and I haven't read it. Tell me a little bit about it. Used to play pool as a kid, as my uncle had a pool table at my grandma's basement, and when he moved out, it was too big to move it. Yeah, I played a lot of pool as a kid as well, and some bumper pool. My great grandmother had a bumper pool table, so that was fun. I was never any good at any of it. Anything requiring any kind of physical activity or dexterity or anything, I'm out. I'm no good at all, but that's all right. Yeah, I am super excited about the Lorien Sun Eater novella as well, but I was thinking more full-length books. Song for Erebon and Lines of Alrasan on the shelf. Yep. Pretty much everything the dude touches is supposed to be amazing. So I'm hopeful he will become one of my very, very favorites. Sorry, Raph, I don't understand the context here. What is the average speed of an unladen swallow? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Sorry. Half as much is about right for Soldier Son. Yeah, it depends on who you talk to. I know Chris Bookish Cauldron is a massive fan of Soldier Son. I read the first one, at least, and I may have read part of the second one many years ago, and I don't remember connecting with it very much, but I'm going to give it another try. Hey, Drew, happy Sunday. Nice. Dragon Bone Chair finished. Watch, listen to your discussion. Yeah. I have not finished it. I still need to read To Green Angel Tower. I really, really loved the first book, obviously. I liked the second book, Stone of Farewell. And I don't remember what exactly happened this last year, but I started To Green Angel Tower, and I think I just got overwhelmed and started reading something else and never picked it back up. But I definitely will finish it. I do love Tad's writing, and I will definitely get to it. Cool. I don't really know what the premise is or what the storylines are for any of GGK's books at all. I know that they tend to follow historical fact and it's historical fantasy, like the Byzantine Empire and these kinds of things. But beyond that, I'm going in completely blind, other than to know that he's supposedly the greatest prose in the genre. Which, if he can beat out my queen, then that's something. No bad typing. You're good. Uh, yeah, I don't think I don't think Brent's gonna find them funny. I could be wrong. Those are the Beauchelin and Corbel Broach novellas. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, good to hear. Both of the novellas are good. That is excellent to hear. Every afternoon with my mates for years, and we drank. Yeah, I think pool is always better when there's alcohol involved. Versus chess, that gets progressively worse when alcohol is involved. Ilmet and Langmar is a great novella. Okay, that's a novella. I didn't realize. Okie dokie. Called One Pocket, that shares a lot of similarities to chess in terms of moves, counters, and beginning, middle, and end games. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into it. Yeah, I've been playing chess since I was 7 years old. I'm good, but I am certainly not great. I I'm kind of like that guy that is really good and is the best at his sports club in basketball, but is never anywhere near pro level. That's sort of what I would say. Yeah, bumper pool is fun. Yeah, we had a my great grandmother had a table, and we went there once in a while. Uh, I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Sorry. Make a Monty Python joke. Yeah. Okay, the Albigensian Crusade, and I do love me some heresy. Okay. Switching to an automated strike zone. I'm very much in favor of an automated strike zone, which I know baseball purists don't love. But for me, that's one part of the game I would really, really like to see automated. I think it's annoying that umpires have different strike zones for different players. I would rather just have it all computerized, all done automatically, eliminate the complaining. Um, Probably everybody on the field will be unhappy, and if everybody's equally unhappy, then I know that it's working correctly. So yeah, I'm all for an automated strike zone. Adventures in the Languedoc. I don't know. All Fawford and Mouser stories are short stories or no. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So I thought that there were some novel link stuff too. Cool. All right. Cool. What else we got on the ticket? Drew, have you told me who's your baseball team? Since you're asking about automated strike zones, who's the team you cheer for? Read several of the Chronicles of the Crusading University, and I'm excited to get into GGKs. So, the Albigensian Crusade. So, forgive my ignorance, but what part of history is that, and what countries were involved? That's not like the Christian Crusades, right? It's something else, or is it what it is? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't. My maternal grandfather was a huge Yankees fan, so I've never had any ill will towards the Yankees. It doesn't mean anything to me. The only team I hate is the St. Louis Cardinals, and that's because they're the Cubs' greatest rival. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me to hate somebody that doesn't have any bearing on my life, but that's all right. Any good books about the Northern Crusades so I can read about Teutons baptizing the Baltic peoples with swords? I like this because you guys are making me feel like I didn't even study history in school. I don't know anything about what anybody's talking about. Okay, 13th century France, and it's against heretics, the Cathars and the Waldensians. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that doesn't matter to me. I don't hate a team for being good. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I definitely don't hate a team for spending money. In fact, when my team doesn't spend money is when I hate them. So, um, yeah, if they're operating within the rules and boundaries of what they are allowed to spend, then no skin off my nose. Yeah, against Cathars in southern France, early 13th century. Okay, cool. Cubs fan, excellent. But also in third grade, I did a report on Jeter, and I'm close to okay to Michigan where he grew up. Okay, became a Yankees fan and the captain retired. Yep, I actually went with a friend of mine who was a Yankees fan. We got to see his final game at Yankee Stadium and his final game at Fenway Park. So I also like Jeter a lot. Not much of an executive, but a darn fine player. Kill them and let God sort it out is actually a quote from excellent. That doesn't force equal team salaries. That is correct. Yes, there is no salary cap other than an artificial one. So essentially, there's different tiers, and depending on how much money they spend, they have to pay what's called a luxury tax at that specific tier. And in addition to that, if they're in kind of the higher luxury tax areas, they also have to start giving up prospects and stuff like that in upcoming drafts. So there are disadvantages long term to spending the extra money. I have not been. Yeah, that is a place I would love to go. I've been to about a third of the baseball stadiums, but yeah, that one I definitely need and want to go to. Looks gorgeous. As a Cubs fan, I get to see it on TV a lot, obviously, but yeah, never been there. Large base for the Baltic Crusades in the town where I live. I partied in one of their cellars once. Nice. Very cool. Are you in Pittsburgh, Josh? I guess I don't know where you're at. And forgive me if don't tell me if you don't want me to know or whatever. But I didn't know you were a Pirates fan. So hopefully things start picking up for your team, just not at the expense of my Cubs. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're in Texas now. Okay, but you grew up in Pittsburgh. Got it. Okay, cool. Um, so you got to see Bonds in his prime in Pittsburgh, and then promptly left and those kind of things. So that's cool. All right. Well, we'll probably go about 5 more minutes, and then I'll let you all get back to your day. So if anybody has any last minute stuff, I'd happily answer any questions. Yeah, I remember when he was destroying the Cubs on a seemingly daily basis. It was not a lot of fun. You had 2015. That was a good year. It was my favorite year as a Cub fan. I like that season even better than 2016 when they won it all. All good. Thanks for dropping by, Drew. I appreciate it, man. And go Cubs. Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't read any of Michael Chabon's stuff. It looks a little weird. I don't know if it would be up my alley or not, but I've heard good things about him as a writer, so I'll have to give those a try. That's the Cavalier and Clay stuff, right? Isn't he the one that wrote those? The year three players were breaking Ruth's record. Well, no, it wasn't three players. It was you're probably talking about '98 when it was the Sosa McGuire head-to-head race. And that's been a long time ago. Yeah, Cavalier and Clay is awesome. Okay, cool. I will give it a definite shot. I've read like the cover text on it and stuff. It sounds pretty cool. I know George Martin wrote a review on it. He really likes it. Good to see you, Matt. I appreciate it, man. I have a few more days left in the month for this insanity, and then I can take a little bit of a breather in February. So I appreciate you being a supporter of the channel, watching the videos. It means a lot to me. Oh, there's John. What's up, sir? I appreciate you dropping by. As I said, I need to get to your book. I definitely will do that. I mentioned it earlier when they asked me what kind of self-pub I want to read. So, yeah, thanks for dropping by. I super appreciate it, man. Thanks for dropping in, Matt. I look forward to your videos, my friend. Well, 2001, Bonds broke the record again. And I think he still holds it, right? 70 something. I can't remember. Okay, another Che Bond there. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Jordan? We're probably shutting down shop here in a few minutes, but I appreciate you dropping by, my friend. Let me know if you have any questions or anything I can answer for you. But I appreciate you supporting the stream. You are one of the good ones, my friend. Favorite trope for villains or groups of villains? Mine is probably religious zealots. That's a good choice. Trope for villains. I don't know if it's a trope, but when I feel like I can understand why they're doing what they're doing, I really like that. When it feels like maybe their choices are vile and heinous, but they might be ones I would make in the same situation, I really like that. But I've never really broken it down to trope wise what I would say about that. But I guess sympathetic in some ways villains is probably what I'd say about that. Yeah, there are some definitely vile religious figures in fiction. That is true, which is one of the reasons I love Durfee's Five Warrior Angels so much. He definitely leans into that. Oh, thanks, man. I super appreciate it. I was stuck on 666 for the last couple of days, which was some sort of ominous. And then it kept flipping back and forth between 666 and 667. So I wasn't sure what that meant. But we're right at 667 right now. So I appreciate all the support and the kind words, my friend. Yeah, that's the other one I've heard about. Yiddish Policeman's Union, also brilliant, as is Gentleman of the Road. Okay, so you've read pretty much all of Chabon's stuff. That's awesome. I will, one of the myriad of things I will at some point get to. No, I'm just kidding, RJ. My main passion is football. Massive Manchester United fan. Yeah, that's cool. No, you didn't disappoint me, my friend. I continue to be amazed that someone in Ireland loves baseball. Not to generalize, but that is funny to me. How many Jack Campbell books have I read? I read all 6 in the Lost Fleet, and I think I read 3 or 4 in the follow-up series, The Lost Fleet Beyond the Stars, I think it's called. So I've read a fair amount of them. Yeah, I think so. It's definitely it's a fun series. It's not anything that is going to overtax you in the brain space. It's not something you can sit and analyze forever, but yeah, some of the alien species and stuff are pretty fun in that series. I think it's definitely worth it. Let's see. I've seen Twitch subathons where people deliberately unfollow to get the sub count to 666. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't mind seeing the numbers, but I wish I felt like I had more control over them, I guess. Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll say about that. European rules football, it's always been less popular than the major sports here in the States, but it's always been popular. And especially back in like the 80s and 90s when people were growing up, there were lots of kids that took part in it. So that doesn't surprise me nearly as much as baseball in other countries. I'll just say that. Tea's running out, which means beer and video recording soon. Awesome. What is your favorite beer, Raph? What are you usually drinking on camera? I like Aventinus. That's brewed somewhere in Bavaria. That's my favorite beer. But I went looking for some the other day and couldn't find any here. But I don't know what you typically drink, but I know you're always down in some good stuff, so that's good. All right. Give it a couple more minutes, and then I think the wife and I are going to go grab some breakfast and start our day. Yeah, the 8.9% by volume, or whichever one it is. We have a bar here that allows you. Yeah, that's how it was. I grew up, or I didn't grow up. I spent a lot of time in Omaha, Nebraska, and we went to a bar that had Aventinus, and they cut you off at 2. And I barely could see straight when that happened. Um, so all good. Hey, Paramita, good to see you. Cool. I appreciate you supporting the stream. I'm going to need to shut her down here in a couple of minutes, but I'm glad you said hey. I'm very happy to see you. Thanks for always supporting us here. Cool. Yep. Paramita is loved. Always on everybody's streams and saying hey. All right, friends. Well, I think that's good for this week. I think I'll continue to do this. Excellent. Game of Thrones live stream sounds awesome. I think I'll continue to do this on Sundays as long as people continue to show up. So I hope you're enjoying these. But I think we'll shut her down for now. Let's see. S beers, free beer, next beers, cheap beer. I like dark beer. Yeah, I'm more into dark beers for sure. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're going to shut it down for now. So I appreciate everybody that was here and participating in the chat. Thank you all so much. And as always, publication order always, my friends.